Hello and welcome to my Ironman Collection Log Series, Episode 11, Last Man Standing. Let's begin this episode off with looking at where we're starting from. I have 0 wins, 12 kills and 7 games played. I have still 4 points left from the last time from the first time I started basically. You can see in the collection log that I got the Steam Battle Stuff upgrade kit. That was something that while I was still rolling basically, that was one of the first things that I had to do back then. But this time around I'm gonna go for 222 points, so I'm gonna be here for a little bit. And let's start with the elephant in the room, which is bots. This is basically my first LMS game that I played, and it starts out with me just killing that bot. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous how many bots there are, because you basically in every single game you can start off with just killing one bot. Sometimes you're unlucky and you don't get a bot instantly, but most of the times you at least stand next to one bot and you can kill that one for free, because sometimes they just auto retaliate. They have no prayer, they don't do anything basically. And then I kept this part a little bit longer because it's just ridiculous kind of basically how all these bots, like how they work. Because now you see a bot basically running straight beside me to the corner. I thought it was a real player just looking for someone else, but this is just basically a suicide bot. He runs to a corner, hopes that nobody sees him, and he survives for longer and gets points from reaching a higher like survivor base. And he as well, he doesn't have prayer, he just uses like his range he's starting with. That's the normal types of bots that you see in here. But there are also some bots that are basically Terminators that are impossible to kill. I'm gonna show some of them later. And just to show you basically how bad I am at PKing at this stage, it's not that I'm gonna be a pro after I gained all the points, but that was still the first game that I played, and it was overwhelming. I hit my Debo special attack into his range prey, still had mage prey up, and he just clawed me out. So that was a quick one for him. So that's just the way I basically played at the beginning, just to have a reference point basically. And the next thing that that always happened to me is these goddamn freezers that walk under you. It's just so ridiculous. I tried to never do it. I think I did it once, but I think that's so lame to do that. And I know it's a game mechanic, you should abuse it and yada yada yada, but I really don't like it. It's just so dumb. You get frozen, they step under you, you don't see what they are doing, and you just get attacked basically. Like right now again, he froze me, he steps under me and tries to kill me that way. And this guy, at least you can see that this is a real player. That's something that I find really funny, that you really feel quite fast if it's a real player or not. And yeah, that was just, you get to feel if it's a real player or not. This one is, I would say though he was on my level, like he was pretty bad as well. So I was lucky, even though he was a freezer and walk under guy, that I was able to kill him. These freeze and walk under method most of the time looked like this, not like the one beforehand. He said root because I attacked him while he was looting, but I think it's quite fair if I attack him while he's looting and he is a walk under guy. I just hate those walk under mechanics. And you can see I have no idea what I'm doing. He just shreds me, so I'm not gonna show every freeze and walk under death that I have, because I could show you quite a lot, and this video would be 3 hours long. This was just in general to basically show you what you have to deal with when you have no idea how to PK and what to do. So they stand under you, you don't see what they're doing, and yeah, I figured there must be a way how to counter that when they walk under you, and there actually is, and I'm gonna show that in a little bit. But this is another fight that I just wanted to show you, because whenever I had someone walk under, basically, in the beginning I tried to do that, and it's so ridiculous that I hit him 4 times into his prey melee. I hit him 6 times into his prey melee with my special attack, which is so ridiculous. At this point, I didn't know you can't autocast. That's why I wanted to set that up. So what I did basically is trying to freeze them while they stepped out, so we stood right beside each other. But this guy, another one of those, must have been a real human and had no idea what he's doing. So I was able to actually kill him. And it's quite funny how long it takes sometimes to kill someone when both have no idea what they are doing. That's why I let those kills in, just to show you. You usually just see on YouTube like these huge guys that know what they are doing, and they spec you out and prey switch into even offensive prayer. They switch their gear perfectly, maybe even fake switch into something else, and it's just crazy. Like, the skill level is just crazy for me to be able to do that. So I just wanted to show some base level stuff that I was able to do basically in the beginning in my like first, I don't know, like 5 rounds or something like that, and talk you through it, what my thought process basically was or is. And since I know that he's a freeze walk under guy as well, I always try to basically keep my distance from those guys and then try to freeze them while they froze me. So we're both basically frozen away from each other. That also was easier for me because I knew that he can only range or mage me, so I don't have to think about 3 different styles. And now again, I try to spec him, and I was lucky to be able to because he didn't switch his style. And I expected him to melee me there, that's why I switched that. And you can see that he isn't experienced as well, because he didn't know how long I was frozen and stuff like that. And we just basically it's just looking at 2 guys bashing their heads on the keyboard. We both have no idea what we're doing basically. And I was the one, at least, that was lucky. Even there, you saw that he double-clicked the prayer, so that's why I think that this person was a real human, because I don't think a bot would have done that. And here you see me basically turning my own model off and putting a barrier around my model, just so I could see whenever people would like stand under me and I see what they do, so I could pray what they want to attack me with. That was such a game changer. I still died a million times to those guys, because they deal way more damage to you than you deal to them in that moment. But overall, it's super helpful. It's the entity hider plugin that you can use for that. So basically try it out if you like it or not. For me, at least, it was pretty much a game changer. And you don't really need to see yourself, at least that's what I think. You know where you are on your in your game, and you basically know what you're wearing. So I don't think it's that useful to see yourself. And here you can see, like, he's stepping under me. I see, okay, he's ranging. So I just keep my range up. One of my biggest mistakes that I figured out later on was that I was too focused at some points to have the right prayer up or have the right defense, basically. So I didn't deal any damage to the enemy, and it was just trying to band-aid whatever they did to me. So the other guys were never in real danger. That's what I try to focus on, basically, to at least always attack them. Even if I attack them in while they're praying range and I attack no range, it doesn't really matter, because you deal quite a lot of damage through prayer as well. So I just went ahead and tried to at least always attack the other one. So he has to at least be wary of me attacking him, and I have the opportunity to deal some damage. I also have no idea if it's even a good thing to use your blood spells, but I thought, why not give it a try, because some more bonus healing could always help. Another thing that I was kind of overwhelmed with in the beginning is just the sheer amount of gear, prayer, and the mage stuff you have to do. So it was just overwhelming to see everything. And this was I had some pretty nice encounters like this one right here. He started out with saying hi to me, and I responded. So I asked if he was looking for bots, and he was like, yeah, he's looking for it. So he just followed me, and we ran around together to see if we find some bots somewhere. So that was a nice encounter, at least. I had some of those, so I thought I'd show some of the good sides of LMS as well. That's another fight that I put in just as a little bit of an example. I'm not really sure if he's a bot that's just not like reacting fast on purpose so you don't suspect him, or if it is a real player. I don't really know that. It's just ridiculous the amount of damage you deal through prayer. It's sometimes was really crazy. Like I had my pray range up, and sometimes the bots basically dealt more damage to me than I dealt to them, with me having pray range up when they attacked me. So that's actually kind of funny that when you're unlucky, you can just get like completely shed on by the bot. I mean, you can always eat what the bot doesn't do, but here you can see again, like I try to have my offensive up all the time. I also started to just use like one offensive prayer, don't switch it. Whenever I switch to that style, like right now I have the eagle eye on. Whenever I switch to ranged, I just knew I had that bonus, but it was just too much for me to also switch like offensive prayers as well. And still to the end I did that, so I thought just it's a little bit of bonus. If I don't use any offensive prayers, it's just wasted basically, so I figured at least one of my styles could get the boost. And yeah, we were again just fighting against each other, and yeah, not really knowing what they are doing. But at first I thought that my best shot would be this stage basically. I think it's the one defense pure setup. But later on I even won rounds. That's gonna be a little bit of a spoiler. In different categories, because it's just, at least for my skill level, it's such a luck if I hit through prayer someone and basically destroy him completely or not. That's another fight that I wanted to show you because it's the perfect example of me not attacking and being overwhelmed basically by everything you need to do. I just got attacked. Now I press attack. Now I try to attack him as well. He was kind of overwhelmed as well with having to attack me, but now I'm just not doing anything, just standing there. I switch. I attack him once, and then I staff bashed. It's just, I mean, it's just crazy to me. I even dropped my scimitar, but I did that on purpose because the ancient staff has the same attack speed and strength bonus as the dragon scimitar. So I figured I could just drop it and have one less switch basically. And it worked quite well. But from time to time, it's still just crazy the amount that you need to think about when you have no idea what you're doing. I mean, I basically know like the attack styles. I know what the equipment looks like. I know what to, in theory, I know what to do. But when you're in there and you have to do everything, it's just, yeah, it's just a little bit much in the beginning. But you get really used to it. And also, another spoiler a little bit, I kind of started to enjoy it, which is crazy, but it's just these fast games, like you go in, you kill someone, and then, okay, you fought against another one that was a little bit better than you, but you just go straight back in. And I just enjoyed that at the end. The enjoyment of just going in and out basically quickly. This was super close for me. And yeah, I had no food, but then I luckily stuff bashed him to death. At first, I wanted to keep to cut that clip right there, but then I looked like a minute further, and that's usually the normal fight that's coming up now that I have with someone. I always try to fight everyone because I wanted to get better at PKing, so I figured it's no use of me running away from somebody just to get more LMS points, because there are so many bots in there that you know that you're gonna get your LMS points at some point. It's just a matter of time, basically. But you can see here, like I thought he would melee me, so I switched to melee, then he didn't do it, and then he got the Gmol out and just begged me to death. And those rounds is what basically happens when you play against a real player that knows what he's doing and you don't get a bot in the beginning. There are a lot of rounds that look like this. So I just wanted to keep them in to maybe encourage some of you to also try out LMS. Even if it's just for, I don't know, your room pouch, or just get a little bit of GP out of it. Because once you get the hang of it, it's actually quite fun, at least in my opinion. And I feel like you get a better PVMer as well, because you get used to doing so much different stuff at the same time. That is just, yeah, I think it's quite nice to play some LMS from time to time. But you see the round just started, and boom, I'm dead. I have to go back in. This clip, that shows another thing that's super annoying when it happens. I mean, you're fighting for your dear life. I was out of food. I was just completely down. And still I thought, come on. I mean, I wanted to get a better PK. So I thought, let's just fight to the last HP. And you basically keep going, attacking. Try to be on the right prayer. I missed there. I was lucky that he didn't KO me there already. I got a lucky heal as well. And yeah, then basically you both cast at the same time, or I attack and he casts at the same time. And we both die. We're both out. So that just sucks. That happened quite a lot as well. This clip, I put that one in because I got way better at tanking and not just instantly dying, basically. And still doing a little bit of damage myself. I just wanted to show that when you try to get better, at least you also get better. I missed a lot of price switches, like right there. I was still on ranged and he DDS backed me. But it's just so nice to see the progress that you make along the way when you just try to focus on some stuff and not get overwhelmed with like the whole thing. I was able to tank him way longer than I would have been in the beginning, at least. So that's what I really like about stuff like LMS, that you have those shorter times of playing and you can get way better like in those short times, and you don't have to focus for like 2 hours and then you mess up once and these whole of 2 hours is gone. Like if you mess up here, maybe like you lost like, I don't know, 5 minutes. Maybe if you're the last survivor, like the last 2 survivors, then you lost like 10 minutes. But overall, it's just so much shorter of a time frame that you mess up if you mess up something. But that's just so nice, at least for me to see, and I even won that fight. So it's always nice to see that. Another thing you can see in this clip is that I try to minimize the switches that I do, so I don't get too overwhelmed with the amount of switches, like right here. I just switch my my weapon basically to try to be on point with it. Like, I have a melee spec weapon, I have a ranged weapon, and I have a mage weapon. That's all I have left in my inventory. I know that it's not the best thing to do overall, because I lose DPS, because I have lower accuracy and all that kind of stuff. But it's again one of those little things that I tried to do in order to be a bit more efficient, basically. I saw that he didn't switch, so I went for the Gmol spec afterwards and got got my first, or one of my first spec deaths right there. Then I saw that there were only 4 survivors left, so I was hoping that they were somewhere nearby. I saw that guy over there, just standing there. I was hoping that this was a bot, so I would be like in the top 2. And again, I always try to fight, like I said already, because I wanted to get better at it. And I don't know if it was a bot, but he might have been, because he doesn't put his prayer up. That's so crazy to think about it, that the bot was like just in the top 4. And he even switched gear, but he doesn't put his prayer up, so it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's a real human or a bot. Sometimes you don't know it, but yeah. So I did the same thing with him that I did with the other guy. So now I knew that I was in the top 2. And at this point, my heart was racing. I thought, okay, maybe it's the first time I get like my first win in. And now my inventory completely cluttered. I tried to declutter it a bit, get like better gear and all the kind of stuff. And then the fight starts. He caught me off guard a bit with starting so fast. And I don't have no idea why he's hitting through my prayers like a truck. He doesn't even switch, like he's ranging into my range prey, and I just get destroyed by it. I'm maging into his mage prey. I woke up, get specced, super dumb now. And yeah, he's just, like you can see, he's just destroying me. He has the switches up. I tried the same combo because that's basically all I knew how to do. I got a freeze off again, but as you can see, I'm almost out of food already, and he should be almost full. Yeah, now he even avenges. So when I attack him now, I'm gonna get hit as well. At this point, I knew already, okay, I have to be super, super lucky now to win in order to get him, or not, to get him off guard. But now he ate full up again. I got my prey off because he eat again. But yeah, it was not looking good for me. Then he avenged again, and I basically KO'd myself. So it was the first time I got to the top 2. My heart was still racing when this fight was over. After that fight, I went to the layout model thing, and I didn't knew that you can only have like a specific amount of food and other kind of stuff. But I purposely basically got rid of a lot of stuff and just start with the inventory decluttered, basically, not having anything that would make like too much, give me too many possibilities which I have to choose between. So I just have my, like in the last clip, I have my ranged, I have my mage, and I don't have like anything fancy going on. Limit the switches to as low as possible, and just be basically, just do that. So you don't have to think about too much stuff at the same time. And that worked quite well for me. I just knew that I was getting a little bit better here and there. And that's my biggest advice that at least worked for me. Just get rid of all of that stuff. You don't need to be like perfect when it comes to the switches. Just have the offensive switches. Since I was still using Ancient, I just basically had my mage gear on all the time and just switched to ranged and melee gear. This clip is a double whammy. Once it's a bot that I'm fighting against right here, and it also gets wholesome later on. The other guy called these bot Terminator bots because they prey switch perfectly, they switch their gear like crazy. Every time it's a one-tick flick, they fake switching to ranged, and then they still mage you when their time is off, because you can see that he's basically in his range gear to have higher mage defensive, bonus, and then switches like the tick he's taking, he switches to his other gear. He also tried to do the step under. I was lucky to run away from it. And then now there's another guy coming in basically and telling me to try and freeze and run away from him so he could take over. I took that idea with like kissing hands. Is that even a saying? I don't know. Like he's like, come on, let me take over. I try to kill him. Those bots are just ridiculous. And yeah, so that's what I try to do. I basically try to freeze him again and run away from him. So now he got close to me, got the step under thingy going. I was just so focused on trying to freeze him that I didn't even switch there, so I was super lucky that I survived that. He got another freeze off. It was just yeah, unfortunate. The other one was looking if there's another guy somewhere around, but then I was lucky to hit that freeze. Oh, not that freeze, this one, and run away. So the other guy took over because I didn't get frozen there. I was able to get gap, and now the only problem was that I was basically out of food from that fight. I also switched off all the other mage stuff that you could see in my inventory right there. So I only have active things showing that I can cast, which was quite nice as well. So I was looking if he fighting now, and he was fighting them. He himself wasn't even sure if it works what we were doing, but we basically teamed up against that one bot, and that was at this time it was where I figured, okay, I might be kind of fucked here because I'm gonna fight against another one, that guy that has like full inventory of food, and I'm almost half already. But I had some help from the fog. So I was able to get him frozen right there. I ran into the safe zone. He stayed in the fog. I got another freeze off. And he just got destroyed by the fog, basically. So I was lucky enough to have him frozen outside. And it is also a bot, so he doesn't have his prayer up. The other guy got him as well in the fog. And that was like the second time that I ever got into the last two survivors. I was low-key hoping that he was gonna let me win now. And yeah, that's why I type like I can't PK, never won in over 100 games and all that kind of stuff. So I was hoping that he is just like, okay, come on, just kill me and you get the win. I would have taken it like 100%. But then he's just, okay, let's see who's gonna win. And yeah, if you I think you could guess already who's gonna win. Like the guy that was able to kill this unkillable bot, or me. So I even forgot to loot because I was talking to him. But you can really see that he also has no real idea of what he's doing because he didn't switch prey as well. But he made short work out of it. And I died. Here we can see how much damage you can take, basically. Even if you pray right, he's just destroying me right there. And I'm not hitting him at all. At first, at least. And then I'm just, boom, one-shot at him. I'm gonna show this whole run. I speed up the times in between. I'm not fighting. And at first, I think it was around this time that I figured that there are different maps, and it's not like the same map and you have to run to these different areas. It's like 2 different maps that you can play on. I felt so dumb once I realized it, that those are 2 different maps basically you play on. But they were like this fight. I was just super lucky this round basically. I I was able to get him. He doesn't switch his prayers, which is kind of crazy, and I'm splashing on him all the time. So I'm not sure if that's a bot as well. He might be a bot because he's not switching anything, but he eats. So they are definitely, I don't know if it's the same bot farm that tries out like different types of bots, or if it's different bot farms. I don't know, but you see so many different different types of bots basically. And it's still, even though I'm fighting a bot, I'm struggling here. You can see that. I mean, he switches a little bit, but he doesn't switch his prayer, so I'm honestly not really sure if he just has no idea what he's doing or if it's a bot. It might be a bot, I don't know, but I'm still getting absolutely destroyed by him. But I destroy him as well, so it's, I think I'm a bit up, and then I got the lucky KO with the DDS. But again, looting, getting out of fog, trying to get the best gear and still having like limited inventory. I just got the DDS, the dark bow, so I got rid of my my rune crossbow. Then this fight, I knew that he had like full Daroks, so I needed to be careful that he doesn't like destroy me with his Darok. And I just tried my best basically to keep distance to him, but as you can see here, bam, 53, and it's crazy how much Darok, if you're lucky and get the Darok hit in, it's super crazy. He even tries to fake out sometimes, switching to Darok and then not hitting with it, switching to mage and that kind of stuff. Yeah, but he just destroyed me like through prayer again. It was crazy. But luckily he didn't pray. I don't know if I disabled his pray with my special attack or what, whatever happened. Like, that's the amount of knowledge that I have. You can see that I have no idea basically what I'm doing. I just saw that I could special attack him, and I think I just did it. Right here he wanted to direct me again, but I think he forgot to switch the weapon. I got the dark bows back in on the Dark armor. Like when you look at it from the outside, you can see so many like small mistakes that I did, but in the moment I didn't even think about like, oh, what armor has he on? What should I be attacking with? So I was just hoping that I don't get basically Derek bombed there and destroy me completely. I was fully out of food. I was just hoping like, okay, I need to get Gab again so he can't melee me. I get the freeze off. Super good that I got that. So now I know, okay, he can only mage or range me. And let's leave it at I'm like a lucky bastard because I get that next freeze off. He must have been out of food as well. So I saw that I have spec back up. I switched to my DDS, just spec into him. And I was fighting for my dear life. Right there, he had just shot basically of killing me with Derek. He wasn't able to get it down. So he has no food, I have no food. Another big hit with Derek. I wasn't sure what I should be doing. I staff bashed him. At this moment, I was hoping I could have frozen him outside, so he takes fog damage. But another Derek hit by he tried to do. It's just my heart was pounding at this moment because I knew, okay, I have no food left. He hits me without prayer. I was super lucky. He hits me again. Prayer protected me. And we're just basically hitting into like the other guy's prayer. As you can see, he still had food. But then I got this lucky dark boss back off. So I knew I was back into the like 1v1 for the win. And let's say like I said already, I was just a lucky bastard in this game. They are fighting both in the fog, which is kind of strange to me. So I don't know if those two are bots as well or not. But right here, I saw the shot and I took it. I was able to freeze him in the fog. So just this alone, so he takes, I don't know how many ticks, like every 2 or 3 ticks, he takes like 3 damage. Boom, 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 boom. Or is it every tick? I don't know. But he takes enormous amounts of bonus damage, basically. So he had to eat. And at this moment, I knew I had a shot at winning this. I just needed to be alright with my prey switches when he comes back to attacking me. But I knew I'm so much up on food. I dealt way more damage to him. I didn't even like eat a single thing yet, and he must have been through half of his inventory at least already. So I was just praying to God, come on, let me win. Let me win this. Let me get my first win under the belt. And yeah, I was struggling. Once he got out of the fog, I thought, oh god, no. Hopefully he doesn't like one-shot me somehow. I got another huge dark bow spec off into the freeze, so I knew he can't at least melee me. Freeze didn't work. My heart pounding. Boom, 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 boom. He gets a big hit off. And I wish I had a heart rate monitor for this. I know it's like for everyone that's good at PKing, he sees that, he's like, okay, well, what is he doing? He's just messing up so much. And he faked me. But I was just all down for it. Like, in my head was, that's what you trade for. That's why you have that's why you're invisible. When he walks under you, you know what he's gonna attack you with. And I just stood there. I was just too focused on basically getting my shit off. Dark bow switch, and I kill him. I was just like celebrating like crazy. I got my first win against a real player, and I was just so happy. And yeah, it was like the best thing. And of course, you need to look at the at the scoreboard once you get your first kill in. And it took me like 118 games played to get my first win. If I keep that up to go to the 1K cape, oh man, that's gonna be like so many games that I have to do. Shortly after that win, I felt a little bit more comfortable with switching when it comes to gear. But I figured I go for the Lunar Spellbook to have Vengeance, but don't have any more like Mage Switch basically. And that one, I would recommend maybe starting with that. Just use Ancients, Melee and Ranged. And not Ancients, Lunar. So you focus on, you're only attacking with 2 styles. So you aren't like switching like crazy. And most of the time you can also range with your melee gear. So that's also better synergy, like instead of like maging in your melee gear, which is super bad. But going like that, it felt so much easier basically to concentrate on everything. When you just go and yeah, you don't have to do any free stuff and all the kind of shit. I also just focused on basically getting my Vengeance off every 30 seconds. Maybe I would recommend that when you're starting out. And don't have like a coach or something, like a guy that tells you what to do. With that tactic in mind, I got to way more like last 4 people, last 2 people. And I got like way better in tanking and eating my food and all that kind of stuff. But I forgot so often to venge. Like here, I could have venged all the time already. And I got quite close sometimes to KO him, but never really. I wasn't able to KO him, let's put it like that. And yeah, it was a good fight, and I think that is like one of my better fights overall. And I think it's also nice to show like a little bit of progress when you see this compared to like the first clips that I showed you. My switching is way better, my like fooding is way better, my basically everything is a bit more on point. I still do a lot of stuff wrong, don't get me wrong, but it's overall, I think you see a lot of progress basically in this. I try to do melee, I try to do every single kind of thing, but like I said, I could have avenged again, and there are so many small things that would make it way better overall, but you have to celebrate small victories in my opinion, to not like get frustrated or anything. And what I also did is I just basically accepted that I'm just bad, and there are so many good PKs out there that just know what they are doing. And that was still my focus was still more on like getting better at PKing, and not certainly on winning, because once I feel, at least that's my hope, at least once I get better at PKing, I should theoretically get more wins. And yeah, you could see there, like, I was able to switch to pray melee when he wanted to spec me. And just all of those small things, which I wasn't able to do when I started out LMS. But sadly, like I said already, I didn't get the KO on him. He got it on me. And that's one of my last games that I played. And it was just ridiculous how lucky I was. So I'm gonna keep that in. I didn't switch to melee. I still didn't switch to melee. He didn't KO me. Now I switch. He doesn't hit me. I'm just hitting into his prey melee. I was too late with my with my range mage switch. Now he goes, melees me again, hits another 0. That prey switch, I don't know if it was on time or not. I think not. Another 0 into my melee. Into my not melee praying. Another 0 into my wrong prey. Splash into my wrong prey. And then I avenge him and hit him through his prayer. That was just like ridiculous. I can totally see that he was he wasn't really happy with that. I knew that I don't need the ancestral rope bottoms, so I put them out there with my big brain move to hopefully maybe he goes for them. That's what I thought. So yeah, I got him off guard. I hit into his melee prey of 43. That's ridiculous. I hit into his ranged prey again. I just hit into his prey all the time, and I just destroy him. That was kind of crazy. Like, what should he do? He did everything right. Like, I basically did everything wrong, and still, like, I don't get it. Yeah, he doesn't like get me, and I got another lucky KO. That was my second win. It was just like he wasn't happy as well. I can totally see that. That was my like luckiest thing ever. So overall, I got like 2 wins in like a little bit of over 150 games. I got my 222 points, and now I get the good old dopamine rush. I figured I'd go for the Ring of Wealth imbue scroll as well, and the magic shortbow imbue scroll. So both of those might not be needed, but I think it's just nice to have for both of these.
The Collection Log.
I get the granite clamp.
The Collection Log.
The other staff upgrade kits.
The Collection Log.
Upgrade kit. The ward upgrade
the
kit.
Collection
It's just so
Log.
nice to get all these collection logs in after
The
you
Collection
struggled through all of that. I also have like so many stuff now, like the frozen whip mix.
The
volcanic
Collection
whip
Log.
mix. I can't even use it because I don't have
The
a whip yet.
Collection Log.
And the room pouch. It felt so nice. I on purpose like didn't go for it first. And of
The
course
Collection Log.
The tier 1 cape. I have to show off that I got at least one win. I mean, I didn't want to go for the room pouch before I go for the full LMS set. That's something I figured would be a good trade-off, basically. The 2 wins in 165 games. It got a little bit better, and as long as I have more kills than games played, I'm good with that. So the look of the Granite Mall, I think with all the other stuff, it looks so much cooler. This one alone looks pretty cool, and reducing the spec as well. I mean, I'm never gonna use it. Let's be honest. I'm not gonna PK. Like, why would I? But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's episode. I hope you like this long version of me talking about different LMS stuff. If you did so, please leave the episode a like, and if you don't want to miss out on any further episodes, feel free to subscribe. Bye bye.